Good morning, students. Today we'll try to understand about the controlling process. Very, very important. There are certain technical terms in this controlling process. You need to be perfect at it. Controlling process is nothing but in case the employee is unable to perform as per the set standards, you have to compare his performance with the actual set standard and then try to find out the reasons for any deviation if there is any. You know, the first step is setting the standard, then comes performance measure. Compare this diagram should be there in your classwork. Got it? All right. Then we'll move to the first. First, you have to set the standards. As I told you in the previous class, don't set over standard, don't keep an underestimated standard. Keep it, appropriate, correct, right? Standards are the criteria against which, what are standards? Standards are the criteria against which actual performance can be measured. The actual performance of employees is measured with the help of the set standards. Standards can be set both quantitative as qualitative. Of course, qualitative standards cannot be measured, students, like honesty, motivation, morale. You cannot measure it, but definitely you can set a standard for it. See, comparison of qualitative and quantitative standards. Standards in terms of what is the cost to be incurred, something that can be measured in figures, that can be represented in numbers, is referred to as quantitative. That is revenue to be earned, products to be used, time to be spent in performing a task, all represents quantitative standards. When you talk about qualitative standards, motivation of the employees are some of the examples. Morale, honesty, integrity are some examples of qualitative standards. You have set a standard. What you will do after setting the standard? Second step is compare. Measurement of actual performance. For comparison, you have to actually measure the actual standard. Once the performance standards are set, the next step is to measure each and every employee whether he is performing as per the set standard or not. So you have to measure. Techniques of measurement include personal observation, sample checking, performance reports. Three broad. There are so many techniques, children, but for your syllabus you have personal. First, observe the employee whether he is doing a good job, then sample check, quality check, then performance reports. Performance should be measured in the same units in which standards are set, as this would make their comparison easier. Performance should always be measured in the same unit. Suppose your standard is as per time, units of time. So your comparison, your measurement should also be as per units of time. Suppose your comparison, say for example in the previous slide I showed you, revenue to be earned or product units to be produced and sold. If you are measuring, your standard is in units, your measurement should also be in units. Your standard is in time, your measurement should also be in time. Got it? It should be in the same units of comparison. Now, performance could be two ways, measurement. Either after the job completion, when the employee submits the work, you can go and check whether he has done as per the set standard, or sometimes during the job performance only you can check. Examples. In case of assembling task, each part produced should be checked before the assembling. These are few examples that I have given. In a manufacturing plant, because in manufacturing a lot of chronic and dangerous gases get emitted, so the levels of glass particles in the air could be continuously monitored for the safety. Measurement of a company's performance may involve calculation of certain ratios like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, return on investment, all these things. In marketing, number of units sold may be a performance standard. In case of assembling task, each part produced should be checked before assembling. I am repeating. अगर आप assembling में हो तो each task should be checked before you actually assemble the final product, like in watch. When you manufacture watches, assembling it is. Then in manufacturing plant, you have to check the gas levels because it may be hazardous to the employees. Calculation of ratios when it is a totally office related job, nothing to do with the manufacturing or the factory, then you can compare your performance with the help of examples like ratios. Accounting students know how to calculate ratios, right? Marketing performance can be checked with the number of units sold. If people like the product, then people like the marketing technique, then definitely there will be an increase in sales, right? Now, comparing actual performance with standards. Such comparison will reveal. Now, first one, you set a standard. Second one, you measure employees' performance. Then you will compare Comparison will relieve. Why are you comparing? When you compare, you will get to know whether there is any difference between the actual result and the desired result. Comparison becomes easier when the standards are set in quantitative terms. Qualitative comparisons are not a possibility, students. It is very difficult. You can't do qualitative comparison, but yes, you can do quantitative comparisons. Analyzing deviation. After you see, if you find that there is deviation, there is some kind of difference in the desired level and the actual level, then you have to analyze why. What is the reason why there is a deviation? Deviations in key areas of business need to be attended more urgently. Key areas are important areas. जो बेकार बकवास काम है उसमें टाइम वेस्ट मत करो. Deviations in key areas of business need to be attended more urgently as compared to deviations in normal regular activities. CPC, critical point control, very very important, mandatory, obligatory, statutory. Everybody is thorough in this topic. In analyzing deviation, you have something called critical point control and management by exception. This should be used by the manager. You should use two concepts in analyzing deviation. One is called CPC, that is critical point control, and another one is called as MBE, that is management by exemption. Now we'll try to understand what is critical point control. See, if you keep on nagging for every small thing in the organization, penny wise, pound foolish you will become. Right, you will become penny wise, pound foolish. It is neither economical nor easy to keep a check on each and every activity. हर चीज को आप control नहीं कर पाओगे. You cannot control everything in the organization. Control should focus on key result areas which are critical to the success of an organization. You should always focus on those tasks that are very very important. An employee is small petty things like the employee has a beard, he didn't attend the office shaved. Sorry guys. Employee did not come shaved to the office, has got nothing to do with the production. They are simple things that can be dealt with at the end of the day. Right now focus on production. Right, so control should focus on key result areas which are critical to the success of the organization. For instance, in a manufacturing organization, an increase in 5% in the labor cost may be more troublesome than 15% increase in postal charge. Postal charge का 15% increase is what? या 1 rupee एक postal stamp है. 3 rupees, 4 rupees, 5 rupees. अच्छा ठीक है, hundreds में खर्च होगा. 5% increase in labor cost is a bigger thing. Don't see the figure 5 and 15. 5 into 40 lakhs, 15 into 300. What is big number? So you need to understand, what is KRA, that is key result areas. Critical point control lays emphasis that you should focus on that will cause a major damage to you, and silly things and petty things can be dealt later. Management by exception. Significant deviations which go beyond the permissible limit should be brought to the notice of management. That is, for every small thing, just like a small kid, as though you are a 3-year or 4-year, don't go to the manager and keep complaining. He has got better job to do. Try to handle all the things on your own. In case there is any major deviation that is beyond the permissible limit, only then you should go and inform the management, because if that's such a kind of thing, if neglected or manager is not giving attention, then it will be very troublesome. So it is if a machinery has a breakdown, it will become a production loss for the whole day. You have already agreed to pay the employees, so the whole day is gone. So you have to definitely inform the manager or the higher management. ठीक है, एक दिन डुम्मा मारेंगे. You can't take that light. What is important has to be brought to the notice. If an employee has gone out for a break and didn't come after 5 minutes also, he is going on a break and came 5 minutes late. For this stupid thing, don't go to the manager and waste his time. What is important, what is a little less important, you have to have an analysis, you have to be judgmental, you have to think rationally and then inform the management. Right? Anything that is very significant and that is going beyond the permissible limit, that should be brought to the notice of management. Right. Then after the deviations, you analyze the reasons for deviation. Then what do you think? After analysis, don't do puja. Just go and take corrective action. No corrective action is required when the deviations are within the acceptable limit. Suppose the manufacturer or the manager, as I showed you in the cartoon, is asking for a production of 20 units and employees are able to produce around 19 units and 18 units. So it's absolutely fine. It is not a very great deviation than the set standard. right? So you don't have to go and take corrective action for it. Yes, you can motivate the employee, but need not take any major corrective action. When the deviations are going beyond the acceptable range, especially in important areas, it demands immediate managerial attention so that deviations do not occur again and standards are accomplished. When deviations are going beyond the acceptable range, especially in the important areas, it demands immediate managerial attention so that deviations do not occur again. Like permissible limit रखो, एक target रखो, एक buff रखो, keep a buff. If 20 units are there, somewhere around 17 to 20 is okay. If somebody is manufacturing only 3 units a day and you are paying him the whole day's labor, then it is a great deviation that you have to take corrective action, right? Corrective actions may include, what are all the corrective actions you can take? Don't go and shout at the employee. Don't bark at him. Don't do it. What kind of corrective action can you take? Training of employees if the production target could not be met. If the production vestibule training, remember examples and case studies. So if the employee is not able to perform, maybe usko nahi aa raha, some mistake is there, we will retrain him. Assigning of additional workers and equipment to the project and permission for overtime work. If critically it is very difficult, then provide him additional help, additional equipment, additional facilities. In case the deviation cannot be corrected through managerial action, then standards have to be, इतना करने के बाद भी अगर performance नहीं हो रहा, तो definitely you kept a wrong standard, right? With this, your controlling process comes to an end, right? What did we see? We saw that in controlling process, first you have to set the standard, then you have to set standard for both quantitative and qualitative. Then you can measure the actual performance. After measuring the actual performance which can be done after the job or during the job, you will compare the actual performance with the set standards. You will analyze the reason for deviations. After analyzing the deviations, you will adopt two techniques, that is CPC and M by E. Critical point control, where key area result is where you will focus. Management by exemption, giving an information or complaining to the top manager about the underperformance or any kind of deviation. Take corrective action. Corrective actions need not be like firing the employee. Corrective actions usually include additional training, assigning additional workers, or changing the standards, right? Thank you and have a fantastic day.